What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingNews.com and welcome back to another one of our previews. Well, let's go to Friday, April 12th at Keeneland. That'll be race 9 on the card. The Maker's Mark Mile, 1 mile on the turf, grade 1 event here, $600,000 the purse. Always a lot of fun, this race. Every year I look forward to it. It seems to have a good field, and it does once again today. All right, let's go through it. Number 1, Equitize is what we'll start with here. This horse coming off of a win last time out against Allowance Company at Tampa Bay. Kind of look at this horse, a huge jump up in class. That's why he's 30-1 on the morning line. However, he might be the lone speed. I think he is faster than the rest of these horses. I think they'll just send and try to take this field gate to wire. It's Chad Brown and Jose Ortiz. I get it though. Huge jump up in class. Didn't do much when ran in the Hill Prince. The only time he was in a stakes, but still, I think on the lead, maybe it might be dangerous to hold on and get a piece. The number 1, Equitize. Number 2 is Emmanuel. He's coming off a sharp victory, no doubt about it, in the Canadian turf. Last time out, a grade 3 event there at Gulfstream Park. Look, he's a solid horse. He has proven since he went to the turf, he is a solid horse. I expect him to show up and run well here today. He did not run well last year when trying the Maker's Mark, but he'd already kind of, I don't know. He kind of just went up against just a tough field. I think that was a lot of the problem last year, and he didn't break out of the gate well, and it was just kind of a disaster. But look at his other turf starts, minus that one, minus Saratoga Derby, kind of the same thing, a total disaster. The rest of them have been pretty good. The number 3 is Naval Power. Charlie Appleby sends this one over here. Tyler Gaffleone gets the mount. This horse has won 2 races in a row overseas, including at Maidan last time out in a Group 2 event. So you look at this horse overall, just 1 loss on the resume. It came at Newmarket in a grade 1 race. This seems like a very nice horse for Charlie Appleby. He's been sending a bunch over here, so we'll see what Naval Power can do. He seems to be interesting. A lot of pretty good European form. Speaking of good form, how about the number 4, Master of the Seas, another Charlie Appleby horse entered here. It's interesting. The 3 gets Tyler Gaffleone, talking about Naval Power. The 4 gets William Buick. And William Buick, he's the money rider, no doubt about it. Let's review. This horse had a Group 2 and Group 3 victories overseas. Came within a half length of a Group 1 at times. I mean, this horse has been solid. He comes to the United States last year, dominates the Woodbine Mile, just kills him. Second time in the United States, finishes second, beating the narrowest of noses to Up to the Mark, who was the best horse running last year. He was fantastic. Up to the Mark ran a tremendous race and just beating those 2 put on a show. Then we go to the Breeders' Cup Mile at Santa Anita. Master of the Seas wins by a nose over Maj, and also getting up about a half length over Casa Creed. So if he runs that kind of race, they're running for second. Master of the Seas is really, really good. Now, look, haven't seen him since the Breeders' Cup. Maybe he needs a race. A lot of things you can say, but he's certainly the class of this field. That's why he's 4-5. Number 5 is Kubrick. This is a horse that had been running overseas, not really in the bigger of the biggest races, but, did try some Group 1s. It just didn't, run all that well. But Kubrick came to the Chad Brown barn. They ran this horse at Tampa last time out in an allowance race, won by 3 1/4. Definitely just a prep for this one. Interesting horse, I think. I think 20-1 is a fair price on Kubrick. He's got international form, and I think that's a big advantage here as we look at a field that's, it's pretty stacked. You're going to need that kind of form. All right, the number 6 is Sherrill Spite. I don't know. This horse is all or nothing, it seems like, right? At times, this horse runs races that makes me go, wow, he is really good. And at times, you need a periscope to find him. I don't understand what he's about. Look, though, he won the Maker's Mark here in 2022, and he beat a darn good field. He finished second in the Breeders' Cup Mile that year as well to Modern Games. He finished second to Master of Seas last time out in the Woodbine Mile. There are races that make you very excited. They're just kind of few and far between. If the best Sherrill Spite shows up, he'll have a shot here. That's about the best I could say for him. He's always tough to figure. The number 7 is Du Jour. That's right. Bob Baffert coming to the Commonwealth, coming to the Bluegrass State here. Bob Baffert, not to Churchill, though, to Keeneland. He'll run du jour. And how about that? A turf horse trained by Bob Baffert coming up here. Hey, he's been great. At Santa Anita, Del Mar, he's been great. When they step him up in class, I'm not sure, though. He tried the Breeders' Cup Mile with him. He was 10th. I tried the Grade 1 Shoemaker last year. He was 6th. Look, he did almost win the Grade 1 Frank Kilroe last year. Only got beat in neck. I mean, he has races where he's almost won the big ones, but West Coast horse shipping in here to the east. Well, sort of the east, the Kentucky region there, but where the racing on the turf is a little bit tougher. I'm a little worried about du jour, but great start last time out. Grade 1 Frank Kilroe. He finally did get that big Grade 1. He got it done, winning by 2 lengths. But again, Grade 1 in California on the turf, a little bit different when you come over here. That's the worry for du jour. Finally, the number 8, Integration. And, of course, this horse was all the hype in the Pegasus World Cup turf. He had 3 very impressive wins. He came to the Pegasus World Cup turf. He got 5th, beating a length and 3/4. Just, just didn't have it. Didn't really fire, but you look at some of these other races and who this horse has beat, it's pretty impressive. I look back to the Hill Prince 2 races back. I thought this was impressive. He beat I'm Very Busy. I'm Very Busy came back, only lost a half length in the Pegasus before going down to Fairgrounds and winning a big race on the turf in just dominant fashion. So I think this is a nice one. I really do. I think Integration is going to bounce back. I think he will run better than he did in the Pegasus World Cup turf. However, that was a tough spot. This might be a tougher spot. I don't know. Warm Heart's very good, but the rest of that field, I thought Integration would beat. I thought he'd run second that day. I think he's another very, very tough ass, but he's a nice horse. I would not be shocked whatsoever. All right, for my top pick, I'm going to go number 4, Master of the Seas. I can't go against him. He has been so good over here. Even the race he lost, which was right here at Keeneland, he ran so well. And I almost think that may have been his best race ever over here. He just got beat by Up to the Mark. So I'm going to go number 4, Master of the Seas. I think if he shows up, he's going to be awfully tough. But this is a very tough field. I don't blame any of you if you're trying to go against him in the spot. All right, 4 exactas and trifectas, multi-race plays. Check out the premium products. We'll have you covered every day at Keeneland. For our free win picks, you can always go to racingdudes.com/free picks, and you can find all of those as well. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching this video. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're playing Keeneland on Friday.